What's going on, everybody? I apologize for being a little tardy. I got in from work late today, so I had to do some things to take care of the family and do some maintenance things. And so now I'm on live. I tried to make it at 8, but I'm a little off. Apologize. Today's show is the history of walls and its connection to nature and man. Today's show is not going to be long because I'm really tired. But I'm dedicated to try to get at least one show a day or every other day. So I'm trying. um, I gotta log into my Facebook. Hold on 1 minute. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Deshaun? All right, today's topic is the history of walls. And it's, hold on. Trying to respond to messages. And it's connection to man and woman on this indigenous land and any other indigenous land. Once you know the history behind this, then you can understand why this wall, things with the environment, water, why they push spirituality or religious aspects on you, why they make you wear makeup and cologne and dye your hair and wear fabrics that are not in season and colors that are not in season or that does not have the same frequency or match the same color as the environment that you live in. So today will be an interesting show. I'm trying to invite some people, so if you guys just hold on with me. So I'm going to be teaching you guys some things that most people do not hear about, much less understand. If you've heard about it, then cool. Most people in the martial arts have heard about it. If you've been taught by, like elders, not any of these new martial artists or healers, but they've been around for a minute. So we're going to get on that today. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. We're going to get on that today. Anybody have any questions before we started? Peace. If you can, if you're not already on there, go to the link above and subscribe to the YouTube page, because tomorrow I will be giving the word for next month. And when I ask for someone to type in the link through YouTube, the word of the month, that person will receive a prize. I'm not telling you what the prize is, but you would definitely receive, a prize I think you'll like. So I'm just trying to add a few people. Yesterday I tried to add people and it blocked me for some odd reason. I don't know why. Give me one more second. Just trying to add a few more people. Just bear with me. Don't leave. If you can while you're waiting, like I said, go to the Facebook page and subscribe. I think you guys will find this show very interesting. If that music is too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down. Hey, Cheryl. Hold on, I'm almost done. You know, they'll block me after about 50 invites. I don't know why Facebook does that. That's why I'm trying to get off of Facebook and be strictly on YouTube, because there's too many restrictions on Facebook. You know, and all that delete if you say the wrong thing and all that other blah blah blah. You know, I'm kind of over that. So I have a few more. Just bear with me. Hold on. Don't leave. I have to get these out, or I will get cussed out via text and cell phone if I don't send these invites out. I know, because I got cussed out last time. Not really cussed out, but they got on me about not sending them an invite. All right, I'm gonna get started. I'm kind of tired of doing that. All right, now I don't know if you guys remember a lot about history or structure or buildings, wars, so on and so forth. In the Americas and most other countries, if you look around the world, you'll notice that no other culture really at all have walls. They may have a barrier, but they don't create walls. They don't create walls because walls would create blockages. It traps in the energy. Energy is meant to flow and connect. The only time that they would do a fence or a wall is if they were blocking in livestock, to keep the livestock in from going out and being hunted by prey, and to keep prey from hunting chickens and roosters, or if they had goats or lamb, whatever, but they never enclosed themselves. They never enclosed themselves in walls. So I want to break down why this is. Back in the Roman and Grecians' time, you ever notice how they built castles, huge castle walls where the windows are very high up off the ground and they're very narrow, very small, where it's kind of hard for things to get in? Well, during that, whatever period you want to call that, because, these historians call it all kind of names. I'm just going to say back in their time to keep it simple. When they built castles, the family that lived in that castle, they all would live in one or two rooms together with their dogs, livestock. They would sleep in there. They do everything. Go to the bathroom. They would do feces in there. They would do all kind of things in there. And they never cleaned the room. So when they built the castle walls, the rooms would get so dirty that instead of cleaning it, because that's just what they didn't do, they would move on to another room and brick that room off. Instead of doing what we would do. Indigenous people, we kept things clean. We moved from one place to another. All right, Dre, you cool? So our people, when we built walls, like I said, it was for livestock. The only other time we would build a wall is if we were doing a healing, depending on what type of healing was needed and what geographical area you were in. Sometimes we would use cave walls, or we would do healings in caves. We didn't just live in caves. We didn't just live in there. We used caves because of the frequencies that stayed trapped within the cave wall. So sound would radiate within the cave wall, and it would use the cave walls to help boost your spirit. And it was like they would consider the cave walls to be like going back into the womb. So they would kind of reboot you, by being in caves. Also, the Romans and Grecians had a very, 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 very high fear of nature and the creatures and quote unquote spirits and things in nature. That's why you see it a lot in the books. A lot of these fairy tales are not fairy tales. They tell you that they're fairy tales, but a lot of the ones that they told you was fairy tales, you'll find out today that it was true, even fairies themselves. So they would create barriers and walls to keep those entities out of their home because they didn't have the right indigenous frequency to live on that land. If you look at our people would live in the woods. Or like if you go to Jamaica, they live in the bush. They could be standing right up on you. You wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even hear them. Nature would even make a sound. Indigenous copper people that lived in Turtle Island, same way. Columbus didn't even really see anybody until they came out. But over in their time, when they would capture slaves and indigenous people, they would use them to scout ahead of them so that they could open the roads through frequency, sound, music, and dance. All roads and all areas that had a certain connection with nature, if it had water and certain trees and certain animals lived there, they will go in and announce themselves to let things know that was on that path that this is who I am. I know the code. Do I have access to go through? And they would make it. But the others couldn't do that. So they would be fearful to go into the woods or go into certain parts of the ocean. When you hear them say, oh, the Kraken is out there. The Kraken will get you. The Kraken is there. You go across the bridge, the troll will grab you and eat your children. You go in there and there's the people living in the trees and so on and so. So they would never go in there. So what they did is they started indoctrinating our people to be afraid of nature and to teach them the ways of nature. That's why you always see them on National Geographic when they're out exploring some other indigenous land and trying to live with the culture and do this and learn their indigenous ways so that they can live on that land. Once they master that frequency, then you'll see the church come in. Then once the church comes in, then you'll start seeing them erecting different church structures and homes and libraries and so on and so forth. Then when that happens, once they begin to disrupt the area and cause a lot of death in the areas and that type of thing, they disrupt the frequency, which allows them to build, and they slowly start building out. That's why everywhere they go, you see them cut down trees. Even way back when they cut down the great trees that were here. They cut the trees down because the trees are connected to the indigenous woman. It's connected through your womb. It's connected through your chakras, connected through your hair. It's connected through your breath. It's connected through the ether. It's connected through the water. Even the animals themselves are connected to you. And when you and your men would walk with the children, you would never bother. If you had to take a life of an animal in order to feed yourself, you didn't just go hunting. They would do prayer and ask Mother Nature to gift them with something to eat. If they didn't get anything, then they would go back, pray, dance, meditate, and do work on themselves in order to get where they needed to get. If it didn't work, then they would move. So when you hear them talk about the wall this, the wall that, walls to the industrial industry is a form of internal spiritual security. Whenever their back is against the wall and great changes coming through nature, they will always build a wall or talk about walls in order to secure certain things within their area. That way, if they have a structure there and they're behind the wall, they only have to protect what's in the wall. They don't worry about what's on the other end of the wall until it gets to the wall. So that's why you see them talking about the wall. It's spiritual symbolism as well. It's also a dividing point between yin and yang, man and woman, mother and nature, father, child, spirit, or grand elders, and earth, life, death. It's symbolism for that as well. So if you get caught up on the wall and focus on the wall, instead of you guys focusing on the wall, focus on nature. The symbol of the wall is letting you know that something in nature is changing. The polarity, the electromagnetic field of the earth has changed. There's even a quote of the polarity shifting where there's two south poles and two north poles. That's not verified. I haven't verified it at all, but there is talk of it. Just for the fact that they're talking about it. So you want to be aware of what's going on. Now, when it pertains to your finances, this wall is also a division between who's trusting in spirit. Really? Like all these people out here, you're meditating and quote unquote, and you say you're doing your work. This is going to determine whether or not you're really doing your work. You're either going to trust and know that you will be protected by Mother Nature for food, water, and resources, or you'll be frightened and rely on them. If you go back to the Mother Nature, you'll be okay. There's plenty of fish, plenty of bird, plenty of this, plenty of whatever. Yeah, a lot of these things have been contaminated, but when you go back into your power, into your essence, you can change the contamination within the entity that you're trying to partake, even in vegetables, fruits. It's a proven fact that you can talk to foliage, leaves, grass, any plant. You can talk to them. They've even had studies where they've hooked a lie detector to flowers and communicated with them using a lie detector test. This is how powerful you are. This is how powerful your connection is. Having the gold in your system right now, monatomic gold, is very good to take within you. Having gold on you is very good because it boosts your frequency. Owning your gold and silver is what's going to save you. Nature, not paper. That paper that they cut down and wet and soaked and pressed and all that crap is dead energy. The land that you live on is a big spell board. It's like a big Ouija board. Every city that you live in, if you look up your city, you'll notice they have things glyphed into the earth. You're living on a Ouija board that they use on you daily. And what I mean by Ouija board is they use it so that when you move in different frequencies and things, you're summoning up energies and don't know that you're summoning. Hey, Felicia. And don't know that you're summoning up different energies that help them. Well, now that's ending. If you go back into when Kennedy was a president and Marilyn Monroe, a lot of people think Marilyn Monroe was killed because she was, a whore or whatever. That's not why she was killed. She was killed because certain governmental secrets was handed over to her dealing with extraterrestrials. And Kennedy was very, 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 very interested in extraterrestrials. It's a well-known fact. He would go and talk to his cousin, Marilyn Monroe, and they would talk about these different things. He's even given her documents on different things. That's why they had to pick her off. They had to pick him off because talking to these entities, one of his meetings, he had an experience with one of these entities that was going to reboot and restart this system. But the only way he could do it was to put us back on the gold standard and even out information and finances. That was part of the trade. They couldn't let that happen. If he had went through with that, that's why he was talking about we got to rush to space. Because he wanted to communicate with them. You notice right after they went to space, NASA couldn't go back up, and NASA ain't been up there since because they went up there playing golf and doing all this other stuff that they wasn't supposed to be doing. So there's a lot going on around that you guys really need to be in tune with. Like I said, today it's going to be a quick live. I'm not going to be on here forever because I'm extremely tired, y'all. I'm tired. I told you the amount of work I've done today. I'm going to try to keep this at a 20-minute, 25-minute show. This will probably be one of my short. I probably think this is my shortest show. I also wanted to talk about there are some people that are starting to have feelings and starting to see light figures, dark figures, experience headaches, dizziness. Um, some people are not sleeping, they're only sleeping 2 or 3 hours. Some people are sleeping just always or tired. That's part of the process. It's part of the rebooting process. It's part of your energy reactivating. So you may see, say, or do things that you are not familiar with within yourself. Okay. Also, please try to get your passport, get it in as fast as you can, because I can almost guarantee that they're gonna make it so hard to get a passport to. If you don't get one, you're stuck here. I mean, it's gonna be. It is what it is. If the workers aren't happy and aren't there to process it, they're going to take their time, or they're not going to process it because they're unhappy and not getting paid. All of this is part of the game. Try to move as fast as you can with this, with getting your passport. It is very important that you get your passport. Sorry, I had to read that. It's very important that you get your passport, because if you don't get it, I'm saying by the middle of this year, you're gonna be screwed. And as long as if this wall thing keeps going, and the stuff with the tariffs and all that stuff keep going, is really gonna start. The price on them are gonna shoot up for not too long, but it's gonna shoot up. If it goes any longer than that, they're gonna institute to where they're just gonna start doing the chipping, and I know y'all don't want that. If you get your passport this year, you won't have to renew it for you won't have to renew it until 2029. I'm reading it now. So you won't have to renew it until 2029. So get your passport as soon as you can, because once you have it, you'll be grandfathered in, which means you won't have to do all that chipping and things. It is very, very important. Also, if you have money in your bank, pull it out. I'm telling you, and this is like one of the biggest warnings of the day, because I'm going off in a minute. If you have a high sum in your bank account, pull it out, trade it, invest it in something else, get your gold and silver, get something tangible. Start getting your seeds, silver, gold, whatever you need that you can trade with, water bottles, whatever. Don't throw away 2-liter pop bottles. Don't throw away clear trash bags, 5-gallon pails. Try to get as much bleach as you can. Alcohol, things of that nature, because you're going to need it if times get harder. You're going to have to start planning indoors. Try to get you some sun lamps. Try to make them where you can solar power them as much as possible. The passport, from what I'm hearing, does supersede the driver's license when you claim your identity. You do not technically need a driver's license to drive for private needs. If you're driving commercially, like driving a truck or something like that for a company, then you are required to have a driver's license according to the Supreme Court. If you're driving for your individual reasons, it is not required according to the Supreme Court. If it's not for commerce, then you don't need a driver's license. But it's still good to have a passport. So I'm gonna cut this short, y'all. Like I said, because I'm tired. If there's anything or any questions you guys want me to get on, some of you guys have my number. But call me tomorrow, because I'm tired. I'm seriously exhausted. I had to get more alkaline water. I've been drinking this stupid bottled water at work all day. It has me feeling off. So I want to lay down for a minute and recoup. So if you guys have any questions, inbox me. If you have my cell phone number, just call me, text me. Unfortunately, I'm not giving my cell phone number out on here, so just you can go to my Facebook page. You can Facebook me on there. I'll get the message. I've been a whole lot busy, so there's been a lot of people I haven't been returning messages to, and I have been returning them, just not as fast as I usually do, because I've really been trying to catch up with stuff, because I don't want me and my village and people in my circle, inner circle, to get screwed up. So I really been trying to, make sure everything is done on that end. Because I've given everybody else time to get that stuff done and been there, been on the phone, been cussed out for being on the phone all day and everything else. But, so I really had to shut that down and focus on, what's really what's in here for right now. So if you guys have any questions, call me. If you want your gold accounts open, please call me tomorrow. Call me Saturday or Facebook me Saturday if you want your gold accounts open. Saturday will be the day that I will help people open their gold accounts. I'm not doing it on Sunday. I'm not doing it on Monday. I'm not doing it on Tuesday. I will do it on Saturday. So inbox me. I will call you via Facebook so I can do them one at a time. I'm not doing it over a group. I tried that. It did not work out because everybody was trying to talk over everybody and everybody's trying to get it in and all that, so on and so forth. You're welcome, Felicia. You guys have tax services and, accounting needs and so on, anything in that particular realm, Felicia is the lady to go to. Felicia, if you have a Facebook or not a Facebook, what do you call it? An email. If people have tax questions or, finance questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to call Felicia or inbox Felicia. Felicia, make sure you put your website up there so people can, know who you are. Location doesn't matter because you pretty much do everything over internet and faxing and things now. So if you guys are watching this, go to the top, click that link. Okay. On the top, there's a link that will lead you to YouTube. Please click that link, subscribe, like, and send a positive comment. If you own a business or if you have a trade in your comments, please put it in the comments for people that hear it, because some people have gotten feedback from me doing the show and just it ain't even been a week. Some people have gotten feedback and a couple of them have customers now. So, part of my job with that is to help the village start working with each other. We got to I'm trying to get us back to networking and moving as one. So if you see that, even if you don't know if you need it right now, please copy and paste her information, put it in your inbox, and she'll be on the phone. She eats, sleeps, and breathes finances and taxes. And I think she's a life coach too. So go to my YouTube, subscribe. When you subscribe to me, I would definitely click on the link. I'm not one of those ones that won't subscribe to you. I subscribe to everyone who has an account, who has shared their accounts, with me and that type thing, where you link, did your link and everything. Wow. Why my messages just popping up on YouTube? Deshaun, I will call you. Who else? Is it all Deshaun? Good day, Miss Platter. Oh, she started getting seeds already. See, that's good. So try to get as much as you can. What's going on, Sharice? Now, Sharice can cook her behind off, y'all. You talk about cakes and cupcakes and like all the strawberries filled with stuff, and then with the sprinkles and the stuff. She's like the what you call that dude with the chocolate factory. She like the the indigenous woman with the chocolate factory do. Like when they got the warehouse and all the stuff gets sprinkled and poured on, and the chocolates and the cakes look like shoes and houses and faces and all that stuff. That's what she does. If you guys are interested in that or throwing a party and you want to book her for cooking and cakes, go to Sharice. That woman got some. Go on her page and look at some of the stuff she's done. Sharice, if you have put your Facebook on there, and well, you have to get your phone number or nothing, but if you have like a website for what you do or email, can you post that and your Facebook, let them know so that they can support for the people who live in the area. So I may not, but for the people that do, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people getting married or having babies or having birthday parties and so on and so forth. Use her, you guys. She's good. I'm telling you, go click on her name and her thing and look at some of the work she's done. Now we're gonna call you Niwaka. So go to Niwaka's site. I got to go to bed, y'all. I'm tired. I love you guys. Tomorrow I'll do a deeper show. I just wanted to make sure I came on and communicated with you guys, give you a brief breakdown on what's going on with the walls and so on and so forth. I'll go deeper into it probably tomorrow. But I got some other things I want to talk to y'all about. I want to give you guys some websites on where to get seeds from. I want you guys to have a pen and paper because I'm not posting it. Have a pen and paper ready tomorrow, 8 o'clock. So you will know what you need to start stocking on. They don't cost a lot. A lot of this stuff you can use multiple times before you chuck it. And some of the stuff you can chuck right, just literally throw it out your kitchen window and it's biodegradable. It'll break down right into the soil. So give me a call tomorrow. Call me tomorrow if you guys are trying to get the accounts going, because that's what I'm doing all day tomorrow is helping people activate their gold accounts and showing them what gold and silver they need to purchase. And I'm doing that on Facebook, not on YouTube. So I'm doing it on Facebook video. Hit me up on Facebook video. I can only do one at a time. It may take about 30 or 40 minutes per person. As long as there's no questions, a lot of back and forth things. When you do it, you got to make sure that you have your driver's license, 2 forms of ID that matches your driver's license, because if your information do not match, you will not be able to open up certain aspects of the account. That's how secure they are. When you write your password down and your username, but especially your password, write it down. Do not forget it, because if you forget it, you can't reset it for 6 months. Well, they might let you do it. I think they will let you do it now because they want you to redo it every 6 months. To change your password every 6 months. So in case someone does have it, they don't, you're like your husband or something, and you get divorced, or a man divorces his wife and she tries to go in and clean the account out. They can't do it because they don't have the password. So they're very, very secure. So if you guys are interested in opening your account, hit me up tomorrow. I'm telling y'all better start taking out of the bank, whatever it is you may have in the bank. Leave just enough to take care of your necessities. Leave the rest at home and get it ready for trading. So tomorrow I'm also going to tell you how to start tracking your family lineage too, because that's going to be important too. So be ready for tomorrow's show. It'll probably be an hour. It'll probably last about an hour, hour and a half tomorrow's show. So be ready. Love you guys. Thank you for supporting, and peace.